gaming project. So in this short video, I'll just be talking about Yaoyao's weapon options up to the current version 3.3 before version 3.4 officially drops tomorrow at the time of posting this video. So I'm just going to use Yunjin here as a placeholder, and we're going to go right into talking about the weapon options for her for polearm. So Yaoyao will be a 4-star dendro polearm character, and she will be focused on healing. And the expectation is she'll probably be scaling off of HP as per all the other healers in the game. So, because she's also a dendro character, I feel like elemental mastery could play into it a lot as well, whether that's part of her kit or just part of her overall utility. It could be very useful, as we've seen with other dendro characters as well. So, yeah, let's just quickly get into it. Now, I want to put a quick caveat that because she's a 4-star character, and if you have been following me prior to this, you'll know that whenever I talk about these weapon options for 4-star characters, I don't really focus too much on the 5-star options because I don't expect people to give 5-star weapons to 4-star characters or pull specifically for 5-star weapons to give to them. But if you have extra 5-star weapons lying around that you want to give to them, feel free, of course. But so I'm going to quickly just skim over the 5-star options that are currently available. I don't have every single weapon, of course, but yeah, we'll just go into it. So, I mean, Engulfing Lightning is an awesome, amazing weapon. Even though it's energy recharge substat, it is amazing for the meta damage that Raiden Shogun can dish out, and it works really well for Shangling as well. I would not recommend wasting this on Yaoyao. Similarly, the Primordial Jade Wing Spear will be appearing on the Phase 1 3.4 weapon banner, and it is available on the standard banner and from losing the 50/50 on the weapon banners of any patch. So I don't recommend giving these crit rate option ones to her either, to Yaoyao. Skyward Spine, if you have extra ones lying around, because you can get this from standard banner or losing 50/50 on the weapon banner, these are great support weapons. These are obviously the best 5-star support placeholder weapon series, Skyward series, because it's like an upgraded Favonius or Sacrificial series, right? If you have extra ones lying around, you could technically consider giving this to Yaoyao, and that'd be fine. But if you have other characters to give it to, I wouldn't give it to Yaoyao. I would not give a Staff of Homa to Yaoyao if you happen to have one from B4, or if you're pulling for one in the future. I would not give this to her. I wouldn't waste it on her. I'd rather you give it to, like, of course, Hu Tao or any of the other damage-focused characters. And then there is another one that I don't have, which is the Vortex Vanquisher, which is Zhang Li's signature weapon. I don't have that. I also don't have Shenhe's Calamity Queller. Again, those are more like both of those weapons can be good for damage as well, attack focus, I believe. And those ones, I don't think that you should give those to Yaoyao. So let's just now focus more on the 4-star options. So we'll start with the Missive Wind Spear. We got this, I believe, last patch as part of the event. And this looks really good. And it has an attack focus for substat. And if you can trigger an elemental reaction, as you can see, you can get an increase of attack, and you can get an elemental mastery attack increase. So this could work well on Yaoyao, especially if you have it at R5 from completing the previous event. And yeah, I think it's a great option. So, or maybe this was 2 patches ago, but regardless, this is a great option. No one's using it in my team right now, so I would be happy to give it to Yaoyao as one option. The catch is available permanently in the game. You just have to do fishing in the Inazuma region for it. It's a great weapon, but I think that other characters can utilize it better, and you don't need to waste it on Yaoyao, who's more support and healer. This is, again, I gave it to Shangling, but people have been rocking this on Raiden Shogun, so I would not give this to Yaoyao, even though you can give it to her. Okay, so now we're talking about the elemental mastery side of things. The Kitane Cross Spear is a really good elemental support weapon. It's not like the best, but it is craftable and it's very free to play friendly, of course pending getting the billets, right? But it is an option. As you can see in the passive, it will help with elemental skill damage, elemental skills, energy, etc. It's a pretty decent weapon overall, and it could work for Yaoyao. I've given it to Choma, as you can see, because it's technically decent for him as well. So options. Favonius Lance, again, a great placeholder, but the only problem is you have to build her for crit rate above 50% so that she can more consistently get the passive to proc for the extra energy passive, but otherwise it's a great placeholder for her if no one else is using on your team. That's a great option. I would skip over the Deathmatch, which is a Battle Pass exclusive weapon, and it's a damage-focused weapon anyway with crit rate substat, and I would skip the Black Cliff Pole, which is a great placeholder for damage characters, and it's available from the Paimon shop. I would skip those because it's a crit damage substat. Crescent Pike is a physical damage substat, and this is craftable, and I would skip this along with the Dragon Spine Spear. I would skip both of these because they are physical damage, and I don't think that's going to be her focus, of course, so I would just skip them altogether. The Prototype Star Glitter is an energy recharge substat, and it is craftable, so it's a great weapon as well. After using your elemental skill, as you can see, your normal and charge attack increases. Now, I don't know that you're going to use Yaoyao for normal and charge attacks that often, so this is not going to be perfect for her, but it's an option if no one else is using it. As you can see, I've given it to Candace because I didn't have any other weapon to give to her, and I think that that's good enough for her. And then last but not least, we have Dragon's Bane, which will not suit her, but it was showcased in her demo wielding it because she's a Li Yue character and it's a Li Yue weapon. It doesn't suit her because it says the passive is for Hydro and Pyro damage characters, so it's not going to be for her because she's Dendro, right? But having said that, if you just want to give it to her for the stat stick option of giving her the elemental mastery and using her for reactions, that's also an option. I don't know that she scales off of elemental mastery. If she does, then maybe this is a great option for her. The Lithic Spear is a limited series Li Yue weapon, and it will be coming on the 3.4 Phase 1 weapon banner. This is going to be a decent option. Now, the only problem is it's limited series, and the passive requires you to have more than one Li Yue character in your party. Usually, to get the maximum, of course, you need 3 or 4 characters to get the better damage. But if you're not using her for damage anyway, and no one else is using this weapon, then why not give it to her? That's actually something that I'm leaning towards. I'm willing to give this to her because no one's using it. I'm not going to use her for damage. It matches her aesthetic and her theme from Li Yue, so why not, right? So I'm considering that. Now, the other options, I will talk briefly about the 3-star options. I normally don't talk about 3-star weapons, as you guys know, but I will skip the white tassel because it's crit rate, but I will talk about the black tassel because it's HP substat. Now, the passive won't work for most things because it only works against slimes, but for the HP increase, the Black Tassel could work, and it's a 3-star weapon that no one's using, and 3-star weapons use less resources than 4 stars and 5 stars, and I think this is one of the only HP substat or if it's not the only HP substat polearm that's currently available in the game. And I have an inkling that Yaoyao as a healer is going to scale off of HP, possibly Elemental Mastery, but I feel like it's going to be HP because most of the other healers in the game are HP. Like Kuki has some Elemental Mastery scaling, right? I think Kokomi as well. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. There's several healers that are HP focused. Some of them are split, I know. Some of them are HP and attack or elemental mastery, like Sayu and Bennett, etc. So, but then by and large, the healers usually have something to do with HP, and maybe she has something to do with elemental mastery too because she's Dendro. So anyway, back to this. So I feel like the Black Tassel could be a good option because it gives her extra HP from a weapon, whereas normally you wouldn't have that because the Homa also increases HP. But again, we talked about this. I wouldn't waste giving it Homa to Yaoyao, honestly. It's, for the passive, I wouldn't bother because Homa is just an amazing damage dealing weapon for any of your 5-star damage dealers or your 4-star damage dealer polearms, which there aren't that many characters that use polearm in the game right now, and realistically, I wouldn't waste this on her. So yeah, those are my opinions about Yaoyao's weapon options up to 3.3, and you probably have many of these weapons already. So I think that, again, focusing on support and focusing on 4 stars is the way to go. The other weapon that I didn't talk about is the Moon Piercer. I don't own it currently because I didn't craft it yet. I didn't progress enough in the Sumeru Archon quest anyway, or the World quest to get all the blueprints for the craftables. So, I mean, I don't even have another billet for it anyway, so that's why I didn't really care. But the Moon Piercer is an Elemental Mastery substat. It's a Sumeru craftable, so that is an option too. Because the Sumeru craftables focus on like dendro reactions. And, you know, of course, Yaoyao herself is a dendro character. So the Moon Piercer, if you have it, could work really well for her if no one else is using it. So I think that's a great option for her too. Possibly the most suitable one for her, perhaps, because there are no other dendro polearm users in the game currently, and it's a support weapon. So Moon Piercer is probably her best bet. I don't have it, and I'm not going to progress the story just to get one for her. So I'm leaning towards I'll just give her the Black Tassel. If she ends up scaling off of HP, I'm just going to give her the Black Tassel. If she does not scale off of HP, I would give her either the Missive Wind Spear, which is just sitting here and no one's using it, or I would give her maybe this other Favonius Lance, which I can level up, or I can give her the Lithic Spear. And I'm leaning towards Lithic because I don't think anyone else is going to use it, so I might as well level it up for her and then put it on her. And then the Favonius I can give to other future characters because it's more universal, if that makes sense. Yeah, alright, so I'm going to leave it there, and that's my opinion for Yaoyao's weapon options for 3.4. Let me know what you guys think, and keeping in mind we will get one free copy of her from the Lantern Rite Festival event if you choose her as your option. Of course, you can pull on the weapon banner, the character banner, and you have an option to get her and her constellations as well. So good luck to all of you for that, and stay tuned for more from me because I will be polling for Alhaitham when he drops tomorrow, and maybe I'll pick up a few Yaoyaos as well. So anyway, I will see you there, and I will talk about the other weapon banners and character banners as they come along, and talking about the new characters that are marketed for 3.5 and the rerun banner prediction characters for 3.5 as well. So stay tuned for more from me, and do check out my other videos where I talked about Alhaitham's weapon options as well as the Phase 1 weapon and character banners as well. I will see you in the next one.